Hey there, Michael here from Growing Farmers and the Farm on Central, and I wanted to talk today all about walk-in coolers. I'm going to share 4 things that you need to make sure that you pay attention to when you install your walk-in cooler and set up your walk-in cooler. So, walk-in coolers are one of the most important pieces of infrastructure for any small farm, and that's why it literally was one of the first things that we built here when we got started. One key thing to think about, first thing, is make sure that you have a floor on either your walk-in cooler or your walk-in freezer. If you don't, you're going to lose up to 60% of the energy out the floor because cold is heavier and it's always going to go down. So we were able to get a super deal on some 6-inch panels of foam panels. They're an old freezer, parts of an old freezer. And so you can see that we put that down first and then we built our walk-in cooler on top of it. The second thing you're going to want to pay attention to is your door. So you can see here that we've got an official cooler door with actually the cooler handle. And the thing for this is you can easily open it. It's easy to open. And it also, on the inside, has the a safety. So if what happens if you get locked in for some reason, you just hit that and can get yourself out. There's no way to get locked into the cooler. The other thing is it self-closes, so you can see how this door just self-closes by itself, and that's with basically some cams in this system right there. But let's go inside, and I'm going to show you a couple things inside to pay attention to as well. So the first thing is to set yourself up with racking as well as pallets to put your crops on. So you can see here, we set this up here. We'll also probably set some rolling ones up, and this is set up so we can stack 2 bins here and then slide our bins underneath there as well. The other thing is over here is this is going to be our main cold wall here. So we'll set up pallets over here. You can see that. This will do 2 pallets deep, and we're actually going to lift this up a little bit because it's sitting on the 2x4 back there. And the reason for this is so that cold air can actually go all the way around the crops. It can be cold air underneath as well as on top. Because if you bring in several pallets of product here and stack it all up, the ones on the bottom and the back won't cool down as fast. So that's why to think about that. So yeah, you got your crates, we've got that set up. The fourth thing I want to talk about is making sure you're being energy efficient. So if you actually can come in, what we'll do is we'll actually close the door, and then we're going to shut the light off. And now, if you can look down here by the door, you can see that we've got some holes right here. So you can see right there that that's where there's some leaks right there. And so you're losing air right out of there. But if you look throughout the rest of the cooler, and we're panning around a little bit, it's relatively really well sealed up. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back on. So there you go. Final bonus tip is we have a light in here. This is a motion sensor light. So basically we open the door, the light comes on. So we close the door, it will stay on for about 5 minutes and then shut off. So there you go. There are 4 tips for you on the cooler. First one is make sure you have a floor. Second one is make sure you put in a good solid door. Cooler doors are the best. Third is set up your racking and your pallets so you get the crop off the ground. And plastic pallets are best. We're just using wood because that's what we've got right now. They're free from down the road, but we will go ahead and put in plastic pallets at some point. And then fourth, check for air leaks and make sure you foam those up. We just use great stuff or caulking to caulk those nice and tight. One final thing I will say is, well, 2 final things. One of them would be, you can see here how we've got gravel down. This whole area is going to get concreted eventually, so we'll go ahead and rip all this soil out, and then basically we'll run cement right up to the bottom of that so that we can roll things in and out of the cooler from our wash and pack area, which will be in there, and then our cooler, our mushroom house, which is over there. So we'll have a nice area that we can just roll racks and pallets back and forth between all these different areas. And then the final thing would be, if your cooler's outside, make sure you put a cover on it. So right now, it's just, there's panels up there, but we haven't gone ahead and put a fabric cover or a rubberized cover on it to seal it away from the weather. So that is going to happen. If you're inside, don't worry about that. You don't need to worry about that only if you're outside. So there you go. If you like this video, go ahead, subscribe, like our page. Make sure that you do whatever you need to do to make sure you get videos like this delivered to your inbox or your channel every single day.